Hey there. Been a minute, huh? Yeah, I've been a little busy. Either way, we're back at it with some more Minecraft stuff. So last episode, we really didn't get far. Basically just acquiring some Splatoon gear, getting absolutely stacked on power eggs. So with that in mind, I have some more defined objectives I'd like to achieve. But first, some things to address. Did anyone notice I wasn't in hardcore last part? I meant to, but in all my years of Minecraft, which is coming up on over 10 years of the game, I have never once played hardcore and therefore just kind of forgot to turn it on. It's simply not how I like to play the game. Also, I die a lot, so it's kind of counterintuitive. I can't really change from survival to hardcore without messing around with files and other workarounds. So for the sake of having states, let's pretend these are hardcore hearts. Here, I'll even edit them on for you all. There you go. Alongside that, from now on, I will be doing 20 days per episode instead of 10. As simply said, it's not as hard to get some more stuff done, but it's still a reasonable amount for my busy self to edit. Now for this episode's goals. My first objective is to move out of my crusty old shack and find a more interesting area to settle in, preferably one with a village. Secondly, we want to create a house with a secret bunker to display all my deadly ink artillery. As one of the long-term goals of this series, which I most definitely won't be completing this episode, is to collect every single Splatoon weapon, including subs. Essentially, if it's craftable in the Armor Knight's workbench, I want it. My house will be a Splatoon military base by the time I'm done. So with that out of the way, let's pick up on day 10. Oh, never mind. After opening the crates in the last part, it seems I wasted the rest of the day getting shots of the thumbnail and doing the intro for this part. So, day 11, we start off by committing more atrocities to the local squid population, since we are going to need just so many ink sacks for all our weapons. I'm legit going to wipe out the squid population by accident, but I'll probably figure out a good ink sack farm in the future, so I'm sure they'll be fine. Probably. I get back to my shack and make myself a splatter shot, since the damage of the Junior is a lot worse in Minecraft than Splatoon, and the splatter shot is usually a nice middle ground in terms of shooters, so I thought I'd get a little upgrade while I had the supplies on hand. Before saying goodbye to my shack for good, I needed a backpack as I had no ambition to make multiple trips, and let's just say, that was definitely the right call. However, I was missing a few materials to do so, mostly wool and gold, so I set out to get exactly that. Okay. Squid! Give me your sacks! Hey, what's a good expedition without more squid murder? But on a real note, this little area had so many frickin' squids, it was a gold mine. In retrospect, I might slightly regret leaving this area. Well, I'm not gonna go to bed. I'm not very scared. Between my bombs and my splatter shot. Oh my god, talking's hard. I feel pretty safe, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that worried. Oh, how naive. So very naive. I miss those days. After I was done getting sidetracked, I found a flock of sheep and do what I do best. Murder. However, when I got the wool, it auto-dyed itself to my ink color, which on paper is a super neat concept and makes a lot of sense, but in practice, you can't actually craft with this material. At least from what I tried, it didn't seem to work. It took a little bit of troubleshooting in another world, but after resting up, I realized all I need to do was submerge the wool in water, which is just a little annoying, but I won't complain too much because it's an easy enough fix. I make the first part of our backpack, then make a diamond pickaxe and head to the mines and search for some of that rich, goldy goodness. Wow, that sounded super dumb. Alright, cut that out. While heading towards the mine shaft from the first couple days, I stopped for some iron, falling into a hidden cave in the process. I then proceed to almost die by an enchanted bow-wielding skelly, and oh my gosh, I've literally been in this cave for 2 minutes. My god, how am I almost dead? Then, while running away like a goddamn baby, and mind you, I probably would have been fine if I remembered that hiding in ink literally heals you, but I didn't. In fact, I didn't think about that till around like day 25 or so. Regardless, I take a minute to eat and whoops, another skeleton and spider jumped me. Alright, I know I look incredibly stupid here, and trust me, I do. But I have a pretty good excuse. I kept switching to the splatter shot to shoot at enemies, then realized I can't shield with it in my hand, panicking and switching to something else. And the thing is, this happened several more times later on, and I don't know why my brain can't just put 2 and 2 together. It's not that hard. Either way, I heal back up and continue to look for gold, finding a little camp area in the process which had a few nice things like golden apples and name tags, which is always appreciated. Creeper. Oh man. Oh! Oh my! Was that 4 creepers? So, remember the whole let's pretend it's hardcore thing? Instead, how about we pretend I never said that? Yeah, so I died. Look, I don't even know what happened here. You'd think I'd play more cautiously after almost dying like less than 7 minutes ago, but apparently not. And at the same time, I have watched this clip so many times, I still have no idea what fully happened here. Besides, of course, my frickin' death. So, for the sake of the video, that never happened. Capiche? Great. I had armor. I opened that chest and oh my god, you guys are probably so pissed at me. I had armor the whole fucking time. I took it off for the... I took it off so I could put on my ink tank and just see my character model with the ink tank on, and I never put it back on. Oh my... This is what happens when you don't record a series for a while. I literally did not realize I didn't have armor on. And I don't know how I missed it. It was as clear as day that I didn't. I was a little tired while recording this, but I don't know if I was that tired. That aside, I returned to my stuff. Spirits down, but not depleted. If anything, this just made me want to move out even more. Oh my god, now my brain is fried, dude. That was emotional. There we go. Yeah, looking back on it, that moment may have been a bad omen for my days to come, because it does not get better before it gets worse. Regardless, with my new backpack in hand, I fill it with some water and lava that I heard nearby while searching for wool earlier, then proceed to pack up my shed and say my goodbyes. Huh? Wait, where the hell's all my footage? Oh, here it is. I wasn't recording. Oh, I'm so upset. Alright, so to catch you guys up, I'm in a desert temple. I just got some gold, I got a gapple, I got some emeralds, I got a fire pendant, I learned how to turn off cosmetic things, and we moved out. We officially moved out. I think I got that much, because that was on day 13. Yeah, so apparently I didn't hit record on the start of day 14. For editing purposes, I've been recording each day in its own to keep things more organized, and something I was worried about was me forgetting to hit record again for the next day. Seems it was well worth worrying about because I'm an idiot and did exactly that. You guys didn't miss much, thankfully. And now we're exploring through a desert. We're literally, like, as you can see from that waypoint right there, not being that far. We are literally, like, not that far at all from the house. I saw a desert and I got distracted. What the... Okay, so we're done with the desert. I don't really like bugs. At least not when they're bigger than my entire person. I make my way out of the desert, jumping into a boat and sailing off. Remember, our main goal right now is to find a cool biome to live in, preferably with a village. After all, we can't live in a lame biome. We're simply too cool. For a while here, I just go from biome to biome, really trying to figure out where I want to put my forever home. Trying to stay kinda close to the water, as we still need to do plenty of fishing in the future. Mmm, delicious. Give me. Look guys, I'm sorry, but I gotta feast on cow flesh and I'm upset. I freaking lost my footage. I'm upset. Mmm. Delectable. Yikes. Seems the insanity is setting back in already. As it turned night on day 14, I decided to stay up and continue my search for a new home, not wanting to waste any more time than I already have. You're a kid now, you're a squid now, you're a kid, you're a squid, you're killing pigs, you're a pig now. That's a witch. Yeah, I totally ran away here. After realizing everything wants me dead, I decided that I might as well sleep through the night and continue my journey tomorrow. I swear I am extra awful at this game as soon as I hit record. Oh no! Oh, bear. I see a bear there. Please bear my presence for a second. See what I did there? It's really funny. Alright. Oh my god, it was not that serious, jeez. I'm so dramatic. Regardless, I continue on my journey finding some dogs and befriending the little fellas. Though, I'll be frank, they disappeared at some point and I really have no idea what happened to them. That aside, we're back to the sea. Again, making occasional stops along the way. Even finding a village of sorts. An abandoned one. Back to the sea we go! Seems we won't be finding that perfect biome anytime soon. In fact, I don't find much of anything interesting for a long while. Is that a battle tower? What is this thing? Oh no. I'm not dealing with these spiders, dude. Take note of that area for the future, won't you? Day 17 is more of the same. Just the emptiness of the ocean with an occasional biome, but nothing more interesting than some small islands. Eventually, while sailing around with my eyes glued to the map, I noticed a jungle temple on a passing island and stopped by to see if there's any worthwhile loot. Finding myself some kin slippers that prevent creepers from sneaking up on you. Thanks, game. Way to rub it in. Besides that, we find some bunny slippers, which allow us to both jump higher and avoid all fall damage, which is sort of a godsend, especially considering where I do end up settling down. Yet for now, we return to our home, the sea. Then for the rest of day 17, we find nothing of interest per se, just kind of aimlessly adventuring around looking for our perfect spot. Then, okay. What? I went in a circle. Oh my god, I went in a circle. How did that even happen? Yep. I somehow got turned around and in the matter of a day ended up backpedaling and losing any progress I technically made. This was mostly because I was staring at my map, but also just blatant incompetence. So I go off in a different direction this time in the hopes that there's still time to find something new. After continuing to sail for probably half the day, we finally find something of interest. Just a really freaking cool biome. I mean, this biome was gorgeous. That being said, it is pretty inconvenient. There's not really any great places to build. I searched over the entire island and it was just not ideal. Beautiful for sure, but it's just not it. So I sadly say my goodbyes and promise to return in the future. Then less than like 200 blocks away, I find an even cooler biome and immediately stop to investigate. I climb up the mountain in a village! Sure, it's a small village, but who cares? It's a village! I think I found it. Finally, and it only took several days of boating, but I think I found the perfect spot. For real though, this village is really small. It literally has like 3 houses, but it's more than enough and the surrounding biome is super pretty. So I decide this is my perfect spot to begin building my forever home. I spend the rest of the day examining where I want to build and lighting up the area around the village to try and keep away all the creepy crawlies. Eventually I decide on the small hill overseeing the village and put all my junk into a chest and start terraforming where I plan to build. While I did that, I tried to brainstorm some house ideas because I usually kind of cheap out on my house and build it in the side of a cliff. Yet with me trying something new like this, I wanted to try to make something using all these new blocks at my disposal. Yet I didn't really come up with a definitive plan and just knew I wanted something to match the village's houses in some way. That indecisiveness really bites me in the butt later though. Moving into this village to make their lives hell. Oh, that didn't rhyme or flow well. But that's okay, cause I'm gonna make their lives hell. Yeah, I'm gonna make them trade for the rest of their goddamn days. Yeah, terraforming isn't the most entertaining thing to do. So there was plenty of times I just got distracted and did something else like whatever the hell that was. In my boredom, I decided that the rest of day 22, I'd start collecting white stone in preparation for my actual build, making sure to get a crap ton of it as to minimize future visits. And there's these canvas blocks right here, ink canvas, that is, first off, really expensive recipe, but that's okay, we'll make a sheep farm. And secondly, these will never, the ink on these things won't ever deteriorate unless you put water on them. So I can just have ink paths and it'll make it so I can really speedily get around the village. And I think that's what I'm going to do. At least to get like on the different layers of the village. I think I underestimated how long this build was going to take. Severely underestimated. I find some sheep loitering around my hill and take the golden opportunity to fence them in before they run off. That is, till I was rudely interrupted by some skillybones trying to absolutely ruin my day. And while the one wasn't a problem, I stumbled upon a whole damn nest of them and almost got completely owned. Mind you, this was still before I realized you could heal yourself in ink. Regardless, I heal up manually and then proceed to beat them into the crop fertilizer they deserve to be. Come here, buddy. I got you the coolest place to live. 4 stories, 3 bathrooms, which isn't a lot for 4 stories. Frickin' like 20 bedrooms. This place is a luxury. Yeah, get scammed, dude. We acquired a sheep, everyone. 1 sheep. Yeah, during the skeleton scuffle, it seems the other sheep wandered off and despawned, but it's whatever, that's a future garden's problem, not mine. For now, I head to bed in the hopes that day 24, I stop being a fool and gain enough patience to actually start building something, as I am steadily running out of time and I at least want to finish one of the video's goals. Day 24, I get right to work, continuing the terraform and jumping right into the build, with little to no plans besides knowing I want to use this clean looking blue wood and smooth stone, which really made this build take a whole lot longer than it should have. I lay out the general shape of my house in dirt to not waste any smooth stone and lay down some foundations. Then replace the dirt with stone once I was happy with the shape. I continued to get distracted and proceed to use the rest of the night trying to light up the rest of the village and fight off some nearby mobs. Why am I like this? I literally have one goal. Just do it. Because, as much as I hate to say it, this build took the next 5 days, and I technically didn't even finish. Look, I know, this video has been chaotic and hard to follow, but that building adventure taking as long as it did really set me back, and while building it kept being indecisive, resulting in many changes, and that didn't really help. But hey, we got some funny moments for my frustrated and sleep-deprived self at least. I do love farming. I am a farmer, ain't I? I'm a farmer. I like farming all day. I'll go down to the farm, I do some farming, I come back from the farm, I have a beer, I have another beer, I'll have 8 beers. I do love me some farming. Farming make me feel real good, especially when I get those potatoes. Oh, I do love me some potatoes. Oh, potatoes. Oh, the potatoes. Oh, don't give me a, don't start. Oh, don't get me started on the potatoes. I do love my potatoes in the farm. What is it? What was? I don't even know what that accent was. I was trying to sound like an Irish farmer, and then I don't know what happened. Also, I am Irish, so there's your garden fun fact. I'm Irish. Hey, whoa, that's bruh. All right, well, we got a fisherman now. Shut up! Don't at me. This isn't your fishing station. There's no water over here. Go fish somewhere else. That might kill that guy. You son of... Hey! Stop looking through my stuff. What do you think you're doing? Huh? Looking through my stuff? Oh yeah, I bet you want that golden apple, don't you? Don't you? I got... Yeah, exactly. Most of day 26, I continued to bully the fisherman and worked on the front of the house, which I really just couldn't decide on a look for. I take a quick break from redoing the front of my house 10 different times to finally change my ink color from blue to yellow. Because, you know, just like, look at me. So what we need is, we need a ink printer. One of these babies, ink vat right here, which we can easily make. We have all the stuff for that. Let's quickly make an ink vat, and we also need to make filters, which I don't know the recipe for, but figure that out in a second. So here's our ink vat. Let's just slow it down here. So we need power eggs. That's the filter, and then ink sacs. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. Oh wait, but we need. I believe we need an organic filter or a pastel filter. All right, so we have our filter. We just need it covered in dye. All right, so there's our filter, and once you have a filter, go over here, slap the filter in, and boom. Bunch more options, and there you go, organic yellow. Now that we have our vat, we just slap that down, and boop. There we go. Look at that. Great. Look, it's actually a pretty similar color to my color. There you go, that works really well. Feeling satisfied with my new ink color, I returned to building because I'm pretty sure the fisherman is plotting to kill me and I kind of want the safety of a fully secured house. So with my life on the line, I continued to build on the house, prioritizing the roof as phantoms kept bothering me since I had literally no intention of sleeping through the night. We continued to work on the roof even though it started to rain, which if anything motivated me to do so faster because it's the perfect type of weather for a certain fisherman to exact his revenge. Either way, we built through the night, which we would have probably finished, but I couldn't get a look I liked on one side. I finally finished the roof, though looking back on it, I might need to modify it in the future. But for now, I was happy enough, and I moved on to creating a deck overseeing the side of the cliff. My plan is to eventually have a path of ink canvases attached to the deck leading directly to the lake at the bottom of the cliff for easy access to squids and such, yet also just to be a nice overlook. I grabbed some spruce trees, then proceed to put down my floor and start the deck. Then this is where I'm gonna have my little way down there. Gonna have a little drop off here of some sort. Not really 100% sure how I'm gonna do it. Why is there a red dot over? Is there, oh, I didn't light up my roof. There's mobs on my roof. Damn it, dude. Give me that. Didn't think about the fact that if all these areas lit up, mobs aren't gonna have anywhere to spawn. What the? Holy sh! Hey guys, I found the mob. After murdering our unwanted visitors with my inky artillery, I continued to touch up around the house and finish off the deck for the time being. With that, I didn't particularly do much else on day 30. I tried to start on the second floor, but was feeling a little demotivated as I lacked good ideas at the moment, and with how slow everything started, I thought it was better to just wait on it. So with my last bit of time, I decided to start my secret bunker where I plan to display all my Splatoon items. Sadly, I run out of time. Though I still placed the display cases to get a feel for what I'm going for and give myself an idea of where to continue next time. I plan to make this area quite fancy and secured, but it seems that's for another time. As well, that's it for this episode. And by God, am I glad I changed it from 10 days to at least 20 because we literally spent half this episode at sea. And yes, I am a sea slug, but even I was getting a little seasick. Regardless, I'm happy with the house so far, even if it still needs a lot of work. Overall, I think it's simple, but quite nice. Either way, I apologize for the long delay between this and the first part. School plus some health issues have really made it difficult to work on videos, but summer's right around the corner and that means more consistent uploads. Hopefully. So, if you enjoyed this, make sure to tell me in the comments, and while you're down there, perhaps do the YouTube thing and like and subscribe. Either way, I'll see you around. Bye!